Hello, good evening Tribuners. Welcome back with me Kusnul Asyaifah in Indonesian News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an up-to-date and interesting information from our place in Indonesia. And here the complete news. The first news is Pilgrim bus accident in the Ciamis, driver tears brake in the Blong. A fatal accident occurring in Paripurna Hamlet, Payungsari Village, Panumbangan District, Ciamis, Saturday 21 May 2022 at around 6 p.m. at sunset. A tour bus arrested house allegedly because the breakfast failed to the for a bus in the possession of the transport a group of pilgrims for the Balaraja Tangerang, Banten, while the host that was he belonged to the Mashari. The LVH bus was on its way to the Pahimajan Tasikmalaya pilgrimage site after taking in the group on a pilgrimage to the Panjalau. However, since crossing the Tarakan River, Pilgrim Hamlet, Panumbangan Village sub-district, the bus fall of the passenger has gone out of the control. Deadly accident chronology. The deadly accident in Ciamis include the tourism bus carrying a group of the pilgrims. The bus is believed to the file breakers. Then the bus hit a number of vehicles and finally hit Mashari house in the Paripurna Hamlet, Payungsari Village, Panumbangan District, Ciamis. The chronology of the deadly accident in Ciamis began after the bus took the group of the pilgrims to the Panjalu. The groups then continued their journey to the pilgrimage site in the Panjaman, Tasikmalaya. However, since crossing to the river at the Tanjakan Pari, Sriwangun Hamlet Panjalau Village sub-district bus full passengers suspend of the having pile freight the breakers shooted out of the control. The bus hit a number of motorcycles, cars, and finally hit a resident house in the Paripurna Hamlet Payungsari Village. 3 people died, 2 are motorcycle rides a passenger, to the others is a bus passenger, said Holland Hidayat, a resident of Payungsari Panumbangan Village to the Tribune at the Saturday, May 2022. The 2 victims who died were Eno, a resident of the Pari, a motorcycle passenger, and the Omah, a resident of the Pangarin, Tasikmalaya. To the following is a woman whose name is not yet known as a bus passenger. According to the Olhan, the bodies of the 2 victims who died are still buried at the Payungsari Health Center and 1 at the Panjalau Health Center. Meanwhile, 7 injured victims were treated at the Panjalau Health Center, 5 people at the Payungsari Health Center, and 5 others were driven to Ciamis Hospital. The data is still confusing. Many of the tests are being handled at the Payungsari Health Center, said Ohane Hidayat. The next news is Sutarno, 1.5 years in jury ban. Sutarno, 30 years old, a resident of the Dusun Blimbing Neighbor Association 7, Cities Association 1, Mtrainarjo Village, Patean District, Kendal Regency has to fight against the malignancy and the advanced brain cancer for the past year and a half. The third son of the Teguh, 65 years old, has been researched to the various places for the treatment to the cure his blindness. Starting from various alternative medicine places, Muhammadin Walari Islamic Hospital, to Dr. Karyadi Hospital Semarang. After being diagnosed with the advanced brain cancer, Sutarno underwent surgery to remove the roots of the lump of his head. The family economic limitation had to reschedule the hope of the father and the brother to see the return to the house. However, the son stands for the teenager and a 31-year-old from the various partner, including the main list of the social affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, the local government, the Kitabisa.com Foundation, and various other parties. Sutarno is reported to the felt have his head since end of the 2022. At the time, he will still actively having his sister a call point contributionist every day. Sutarno's old brother, Mistam, 38 years old, said that the first younger brother sadly complained of the fractured hedges. Sutarno's disease is getting more and more frequently and every day. The pain reaches in the Tarakan in the pelvic and the Tarakan in the younger brother immune system. Over time, Sutarno's health condition worsens conclusion up to the 5 to the 16 time a day. Misam was responded to the field sister to the hospital for the treatment who without breathing suspense point. Since now, and had come at a private to the comfort, the medical suspend and the daily needs of Sutarno and his family. Starting from the neck board, family government member of the regional people representative socially regional government to the various donors, mostly recently. Assistant has the come for the Indonesian Ministry of Social Affairs in the form of the basically daily needs, operation costs, wheelchair, additional nutrition, basic necessity, cleaning information, to the additional business assistance worth ₱1 million. Sutarno also received medical assistance from the Kitabisa.com sponsoring event in the amount of the 67 million. The next news is 30-day search of suspense boat Silaka in the Tarakan. The search of the third day to a mining accident victim included to the SB 2000 and 2200 express with the capacity of the 300 pk and the speedboat with a capacity of the 14 pk. It's finally bear fruit. The victim, who were delaying missing after the cancelling of the two seaports at the front of the Tarakan Tangkayu 1 Harbor on Monday, May 16, 2022 yesterday, Rafiq, 14 years old, and Fahri, 12 years old, were found Wednesday in the March 18, 2022 into different locations. The joint search and rescue team, a counseling of the search and rescue personnel Tarakan Resort Police Polaroid to the community and the victim family found Fahri dead in a 2.5 national mile radius from LKP. The victim was found around 11 o'clock Central Indonesian time. Fahri's body was immediately evacuated by the victim family. Then, not longer after, at the 12:30 Central in Indonesian time, the second victim, named Rafiq, was found in the same condition, died. Who were evacuated was RCK and Dr. Joseph SK, and then taken to the Furdili home on Jalan Aki Balak Street to the parent residence, Tarakan City. previously at the 7 Central Indonesian Time. The Joint Search and Rescue Team continue her search in the LKP area to the third the using 1 unit of the D-MAX, 1 unit of the RIB, 3 Tarakan including medical and the community equipment and equipment. The next news is the cultural and the cultural carnival of 56 years old anniversary of Batang takes place lively. The 50 years old anniversary of the Batang Regency Culture Carnival was held again after 2 years after delay due to pandemic. This year, Culture and Carnival was held quite in the levy of the procession in the Golden Train traveling around Batang Kota after the previous year, since 2 years and of the pandemic. The carnival was only carried out in the Pondopo area. 1,000 of residents were friendly and enthusiastic to watch. The road seems to the package and the route that was crowded before the carnival start. The region of the Batang said that the people has missed it. And for the 2 years, there had a big no culture procession. Hopefully, will be a good start and a symbol of the community enthusiasm to the return of the economic activity after the COVID-19 pandemic, he said after the Culture Carnival Friday. Furthermore, according to him, this is a cultural processing has the right momentum because President Joko Widodo has relied on the use of masks and the remote masks in the open space. By tasking and the Golden Train, Rachel Wihardi and Wibowo Sutarno also crying out of the Southern traditional of the throwing coins without initially key after welcomed by the residents to the complete which is other. He also explained to the philosophy of the sower of the throwing coin as a gratitude. We hope that the community will be blessed with the coin started with the better agriculture, abounding for the Kurdish Ocean. The community is healthy and of the economy is getting better, he quoted. The next news is, one house in Cianjur, Bogor, was buried by the landslide. 4 people were also blind. Heavy rains and hot in the number areas in the Bogor Crowns house in the Pasir Bogor Village, Panumbangan Regency, Cianjur District, Bogor Regency to the affairs by the landslide Saturday, May 2022. Search and rescue team member elect said the incident occurred around 6 p.m. Based on the information gathering meanwhile, as the result of the landslide, about 4 people were buried by the landslide. Until now, the Joint Rescue and Rescue Team is still evacuating to the location. The next news is, flood submarine to the capital city Manlanu, a number of the routes cannot be passed to the Southern District had interface. Likewise, the Manila Kota access route of the Jalan Intipul is limited as close, difficult to pass. Especially for the worst user, currently to the alternative to can be taken by route user in the central government route tour, the main stadium Malina city. Apart of that, the Malinga City Subdistrict, a number of the settlements in the North Malinga and West Malinga Subdistrict were reportedly also flooded. In the Tanjung Lapang or North Malinau, there is also flooding. There is water is a 2 ways high. The route is also difficult to the pass. The alternative is the via street pollution of the education office, said a resident of Tanjung Lapang, Albert. At the number of the Malinau city flooded points, a member of the village official and the Malinau sub-district was also to the location monitoring to the flood. And the last news is, farmers in the East Bokong attacked by the Sumatran tiger, claimed by the bleeders to themselves. Sumatra tiger or Panther tiger Sumatra will leave conflict with a resident again according in the South Aceh district. Trims time Mahajir or the farmer resident of the Selukan Kompong is Bokongan district was attacked by the tiger while in this highest garden Saturday in May 2022. Based on information observation from the surroundingnews.com from Jerry Rahmat, one of the residents who participated in the evacuation of the victim, said in the including a court of the around 10 a.m. As usual, every morning Muhajir was in his garden, but today, beautifully, suddenly has Sumatran tiger come and impelled push of the victim leg, so that Muhajir can was seriously injured. According to him, the victim managed to survive because after fighting back, the victim immediately climbed the cleavage of the tree. The protected animal did not remain silent. The tiger was continued to the house and even tried to climb the contour of the tree. Currently, a victim has been referred to the General Hospital Tarakan for a further treatment. Head of the Section 2, Subul Sulkam BKSDA Aceh, Hadi Sofyan, when confirmed by the surroundingnews.com, confirmed in the information. Hadi revealed that his party and has a related part the house have been trying to for more than 7 months to location tiger from the area in question, including areas that were still being cleared out. Well, I think those news for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.